It's now time for Me and My Roku with host Peter Clay. Enjoying the view one last time.
Hey, Peter.
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 Hey, Peter. Hey, Peter. And now, your host, Peter Clay.
Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Me and My Roku. I'm your host, Peter Clay. The show where I discuss what I do with my Roku, and hopefully encouraging, enlightening, and motivating others to bring back to their Rokus and find enjoyment, enlightenment, and so forth. So, if I sound a little differently, it's because I have been struggling to get this recorded all for your pleasure and for the Internet Archive, but it's all good. So, I've had computer in the midst of an update, and it's stuck, and everyone says, just let it go, be patient, you can live without your computer, and it's like, you don't understand, I'm a professional podcaster here. I'm trying to get a show done for my folks, for my peeps. And so I went to a different computer, and the mixing board was getting a ground noise in the back and it was driving me nuts. So if I sound a little differently, I'm in my man cave right in front of my Roku where all the magic happens. I thought, well, where better to report? Like a man on the scene, man on the street action here. So we got plenty to get to, so let's get started. Okay, well, big news in the streaming world that affects this household. So if it affects me, it must be talked about and brought to the masses. It's been rumors going around, and I don't like to talk about rumors. I only talk about when things actually happen. And, well, finally got word that Sony is shutting down PlayStation Vue as of January 30th, 2020. And the last billing date will be December 30th of this year, 2019. So what does this mean? Well, life happens in this ever-changing world in the Roku universe and streaming wars and all that stuff. And so PlayStation knows where its bread is buttered, and they have decided to just stick with gaming and everything else in their conglomerate, making movies and different things like that. So it's kind of a bummer because for me, PlayStation Vue checked off a lot of boxes. Was it the most perfect thing in the whole wide world? No. But it checked the box of getting most of the channels that I wanted, allowing me to sign on to those channels' apps, Red Zone, and a couple other things. So it was just, it fit the needs that I needed. Mostly I just used it for the football season for Red Zone, and it allowed me to do different things. Oh, and allowed me to pay via gift cards. So if I did some things, surveys, different things like that, it ended up not costing me anything. So there are other alternatives out there. Sling's the next best thing. It also has Red Zone, but no gift cards and no sign-on. So you have to do everything within the Sling app. Sling's fine. If you need it, you have it, you enjoy it, have at it, and it's all good. So I'll probably use it at some point too. So I may do nothing. I may do other things and everything like that. So what happened with Sony? Well, like I said, the writing was kind of on the wall when they sold the Crackle about 6 months ago to the Chicken Soup and the Soul group. And if they didn't want to do a free ad-supported streaming and take that revenue, well, why would they want the headaches of all the contracts with all these channels and all that stuff? So it makes sense in one regard, and like I said, it's just kind of a bummer in one regard. So I was going to only use it through December anyway, so once the football season was over, and then I think we'll find other things to watch. Of all the ad-supported streaming services that are out there, Hulu Live, Fubo, Philo, Sling, we'll be okay. So if you're in this caught in this as well, it's going to be okay. Is those the things like Apple and Disney also coming with things out too? Yeah. Oh, Netflix is still out there too? Hell, they haven't gone under yet either. So it's one of these things. It's a dog-eat-dog world out there, and everyone's waiting around to see who has the milk-bone underwear on there. And if you have to look around wondering who that is, it might be you. So if you can't stay on top of it, then you're going to get eaten alive. And apparently that's what happened with Sony. So are they the only ones out there? Well, now I'm hearing rumors now, and I don't discuss rumors, but next week we may hear about Voodoo and Walmart. They may shut it down because they're trying to find a seller just like Sony was, and if they can't find a goer, then you may find, say, the same fate going on there. So we'll be okay, and there's plenty to watch on your Roku. Alrighty then. Well, the 9.2 update is now complete on all the Rokus. Hopefully you've got yours taken care of. It should have upgraded by now. All three of ours are good to go, and even an update to the update. You always like it when that happens. Some shortcuts I finally kind of figured out. One is adding channels instead of having to go along the side, hit streaming channels, and go through all that menu. A shortcut that gets you right there to add channels at your leisure. And also a power off button for your TV if your Roku and your TV have a symbiotic relationship. One of ours does, and so that comes in very handy. One other thing I've noticed on the new update is if you haven't been using your channels in a long time, it's going to kind of go away temporarily, reload. And a little message comes up saying that a micro SD card is now recommended to avoid reloading channels. So my little recommendation on that is to kind of every now and then take inventory of your apps and then find out which ones you aren't watching this very often. So if that's happening to you where it says it's reloading, maybe you haven't watched it in a while, maybe it's time to look for other things, type of thing. So and get rid of the ones that don't work or don't use. It'll save space on your thing. Obviously, it's okay to use a micro SD card in there as well, but on the other hand, you don't really need to load every single channel in the universe. As you know, with Roku, there are a million, billion, trillion channels out there, and so we don't need all of them loaded all in at once. Take them in, take them out, come and go as you wish, as I always like to say. So, just a little tip there of updates for your Roku. Okay, kids, gather around. Since we're in the man cave here, we got couches, we got chairs, got some people at the bar over there. You can all gather around as, once again, we must pay thank you to our friends at archive.org, the keepers of the Internet Archive, and the proud host of this podcast and all of my podcasts since 2006. Ho, ho! It's a long time, and they're still going, so therefore we're still going. And by we, I mean me. I thank them. Plenty of things to check out for you. The greatest library available on the internet right now for you, and all sorts of things being archived, not just the internet, music concerts, video, podcasts, books, all that good stuff. Please check it out today. Explore yourself. Maybe do a project of your very own. Internet Archive can help you out with that today. Please check them out today at archive.org. Thank them, love them. Check them out today, and please consider a small donation or anything that you feel that you think that they deserve, because they deserve it all. They've done wonderful work. We thank you, archive.org. Alrighty, comings and goings. Going. Well, let's do coming. Let's think positively here first. Here is Curiosity Stream through a preview. I got that, or a trial, and it's only like $3 a month. Why not, huh? It's only money. So some good documentaries there, some interesting things there. Some only like 5-10 minutes long. Some hours and hours and hours. But interesting. So if you feel like learning something, or if you're just curious, Curiosity Stream. All right, now going. Well, we had a couple things had to go. Tidal finally did leave. I know I talked about the possibility of that happening, but the 30-day trial is gone on that, and it was very nice, very good. Thank you very much. As well as SiriusXM. Oh, what a nice run we had going there. But through a series of events and mistakes and things like that, I have ended up with about 5 music streaming services. So its services were no longer required. So I initially got it through a gift card program that I was doing, when that went away and stuff like that. And then I think, well, I still like it, and I like having it in the car and all that stuff, and da-da-da-da-da. But when you got 5 music streaming services, and some of them free, some of them scratch my back, I'll scratch your type of thing, it's just couldn't afford paying money for it. So I'm sure we'll meet again. It's okay. Well, speaking of going, I must go figure out what's going on with my computer so that this doesn't happen again, type of thing. So thanks for your patience on that and dealing with me, but I'm sure it was nice just to hear my voice anyway. So very special thanks to archive.org for their support. Can't thank them enough for everything that they do. You can subscribe to the Me and My Roku podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Stitcher, Spreaker, Spotify, TuneIn, YouTube, iHeartMedia, and Radio.com. It was short, it was brief, but at least we were here. But now it's time to get back to our Rokus, because I hope you're enjoying you and your Roku as much as I'm enjoying me and my Roku. And I'll be back with you real soon.
Ah, sugar, ah, honey, honey.